Uber lost, reveals the true hidden logic of China's new economic playbook. To understand the Tesla anomaly, we have to go back to the old deal. For 40 years, foreign companies operated in China under a strict, unwritten bargain. We called it trading market for technology. The logic was simple. China was backward. It needed to industrialize. It needed the know-how to build cars, chemicals, and computers. But it did not have the engineers or the IP. So the government made a deal with the West. We will give you access to our market, Beijing said. We will give you 1.4 billion customers. We will give you cheap labor and cheap land. But there is a catch. The catch was the joint venture or JV.
The JV.
If you wanted to build cars in China,
if you want to operate in China,
could not do it alone.
You could not do it alone.
You had to find a Chinese partner, usually a state-owned enterprise. General Motors had to partner with SAIC. Volkswagen had to partner with FAW. And by law, you could not own more than 50% of that factory. This was a forced marriage. The goal was explicit: technology transfer. The hope was that by working side by side with German and American engineers, the Chinese partners would learn by doing. They would absorb the technology, and eventually they would build their own world-class cars. For Western companies, this was the membership fee for the world's biggest growth market. And Buick's Volkswagen became the king of China's roads. But for China, the strategy had a major flaw. It didn't work as intended. Instead of learning to build great cars, the Chinese state-owned partners got lazy. They became addicted to the easy profits from the joint ventures. Why spend billions on risky R&D to build a Chinese?
We saw the same situation in Russia in the 90s. Let's see what happens here.
Car when you can just assemble a Volkswagen and collect 50% of the profit. The policy of market for technology failed to create a world-class Chinese auto industry. It created compradors, rich middlemen who relied on foreign tech. By 2015, the Chinese government looked at its auto sector and saw a disaster. The domestic brands were weak, the state-owned giants were bloated, and the world was moving toward electric vehicles, a race China was determined to win.
We saw the same situation in Russia, which